So, I am fine. Astha, how are you after a long time? What happened to Sharona? Okay, Sharona joined. So, students, today in this class we are going to discuss the last subunit of your chapter number 6, history, and the name of the chapter, it is that towns, traders and craftsperson, and today's subunit is new towns and traders. It is in your page number 86. So, open your history book, page number 86. That in previous classes we have read about the different port towns that was exist in 16th century and 17th century, but was eventually lost their glory and new towns replaced those old trading towns. So, in 16th and 17th centuries, now English. So, I think no. It is not English. From 340 it is SST. In the 16th and 17th centuries, European countries were sending, they are searching alternative trade routes to India. Why? Because they are searching, they are looking for good quality spices and cotton textiles that and those commodities had a great demand in Europe as well as in West Asia. So, at the time they purchased those commodities from the Arabs, and Arabs worked as a middleman. They purchased those commodities from the Indian merchants and traders and sell it in the ports of Syria as well as in Mediterranean, and the European merchants, mainly the Italians and others, they purchase those commodities and sell all over the world and Europe mainly. But they thought if we directly arrived India, then we can make more profit and earn more money. So, in this way they are searching for new alternative trade route, and finally Vasco da Gama arrived India in 1498 at Kozhikode, and in this way they discovered alternative trade route through Cape of Good Hope and Madagascar from in the south of the South Africa to India. So, at the time they watched that watching the popularity of the commodities such as textiles, Indian textiles, means the cotton textile as well as the spices like clove, cardamom, cinnamon, black pepper, nutmeg, etc. The English, Dutch and French people, the French traders, they formed East India companies to expand their commercial activities in the East. East means mainly the Southeast Asian countries and Indian subcontinent. The Southeast Asian countries also the rich sources of spices. So, in this way they started forming the East India companies. Dutch means the Netherlands, the people of Netherlands, and English and French, and great Indian traders like Virji Vora and Mullah Abdul Ghaffur, they also started competition with them. They also owned large numbers of ships. Mullah Abdul Ghaffur and Virji Vora, they also the Indian businessman at the time, the very famous businessman of India at the time, but in the 16th century and 17th century India. But there is a problem that those European East India companies had their own army. So, and also they are very good at naval warfare, and they had navy, powerful military forces and navy. So, with the help of powerful military forces and navy, they easily ruled out the Indian traders from the Indian Ocean trade, and the European and the Indian traders now started working for the European companies, and they also lost their independent authority in the Indian Ocean region. So, among the three parties, among the three foreign companies, the English, Dutch and the French, at first another power was there before these three parties, that was the Portuguese, because Portuguese first time arrived in India. So, obviously, they captured the most of the trade and commercial activity in the 15th and 16th century. But when English arrived, so at first in 16th century, when the King of England married to the Portuguese princess Catherine the Braganza, they received the Bombay and the surrounding areas as a dowry. So, in this way they had a marital relation with the Portuguese, and now Portuguese, they are not so aggressive against the British. So, using this mindset, the British also attacked some Portuguese trading ships and those people who were involved in piracy in Indian Ocean region, and totally defeated those people, and they finished the dominion of Portuguese in the Indian Ocean trade. After that, they made a treaty with the Dutch, and they said the Dutch that you will go to the, so you take that portion, the Southeast Asian region, means Java, Sumatra, Borneo, and we will take that Indian part, Indian subcontinent, the Burma, means today's Myanmar, Sri Lanka, as well as the Indian subcontinent. Today, that is including the Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal, all these region, and India. So, in this way the Dutch also, they removed from the competition, and finally, only the French they left, and in 18th century they fought a long prolonged battle with the French, and using different diplomatic policies they defeated the French also in India, and before that the French also have different colonies in India, such as the Pondicherry or Puducherry, today's Puducherry, and Chandanagar in Bengal. Okay. So, they also defeated. So, now the English emerged as the most powerful, and they became the most successful commercial and political power in the Indian subcontinent and Indian Ocean region. And the demands of goods like textiles led to great expansion of crafts of spinning, weaving, bleaching, dyeing, etc. in the 17th century, when the demand of these textiles increased, and European British East India Company started purchasing those products. So, more people also involved in the trade and commercial activity in more people involved in the textile industry in India, and different works such as weaving and as well as the spinning, means those people who spun the thread, bleaching means washing the cloth after weaving it, dyeing means the colorist. In this way different people also involved in the trade and commercial activities. But there is some problem also, that this period also saw the decline of the independent craftspersons, that previously we have seen that the Tati in Bengal, Salia in South India, or Julaha or Momin, they are independent craftsperson or independent weavers. But when Europeans arrived, the independent craftspersons totally declined, because they now began to work on a system of advances, which meant that they had to weave cloth for European trading companies, and the European companies appointed some people in India as their agent, and those people giving advances to the Indian weavers, and after a certain and within a certain period they had to deliver a certain amount of textiles to the European agents. So, in this way weavers no longer had the liberty of selling their own cloth or weaving their own patterns as per the contract with the European companies and their agents. Okay. And they had to reproduce the same design supplied to them by the company agents, and they had to produce the design that was supplied to the agents, and they also received advance money for this. Okay. And the exquisite different patterns, own patterns, these type of things was started declining in this period. What happened next? In the 18th century, that the rise of Bombay, Calcutta and Madras as the alternative port towns, which are the nodal cities today in India, also the metropolitan cities with billions of population. So, crafts commerce underwent major changes as merchants and artisans such as weavers were started moving in those towns, because in those towns it was very easier for them to supply those goods to the European companies, because different merchants also arrived in those big cities, and it was easy to also sell all those commodities from those port towns, because the sea is in near, so they can export their products easily. And those areas where these Indian weavers and merchants started living in those cities are called black towns. In Calcutta, in Bombay and Madras, those places where Indian weavers and merchants started living, these places are called black towns. And the blacks or the native traders and craftspersons were confined here on those small black towns, where while the white rulers, means the British East India Company officials, they are the merchants and traders as well as the soldiers, they started living the fort area. The superior residents in the fort area, and some forts were established to protect these cities, such as Fort St. George in Madras, okay, and Fort St. William in Calcutta, and they also got a fort from the Portuguese in Bombay. So, in this way those people started living in this fort area, and where the beautiful buildings and British style of buildings and forts and marketplaces were situated. These are very decorated part of those cities, and the rest of the portion, that is very noisy and cozy bustling marketplaces, these are in the black towns. Okay. So, in this way the entire scenario of Indian textile industry changed. So, you will read further about this crafts and commercial industry of Indian textile industry, and how did it was declined after in the 18th and 19th century in the class 8. Okay. So, that is all from today's class. If you have any question, you can ask me. Students, you have to make a scrapbook. Either you can purchase a scrapbook from the market, or you can make a scrapbook by using different colorful art papers, different colorful A4 papers available in the market. Okay. Or you can made it as a online copy, and when you will say if any instruction is there, then I will tell you, then you will submit it as a offline copy. Okay. So, no such instruction we have right now. So, it is better you can make it offline or either online, and we will tell you later how can you submit that. and a video, demo video also uploaded in your e-portal, and you can check it from that portal, that how can you make the your project. Okay. And you have to make 5 pages scrapbook with the front page mentioning the name of your school, your roll number, your class, your section, and also the subject, and the rest of the 4 pages the scrapbook you have to make. And in this scrapbook you have to paste the images of different architectures from the city of Tanjavur or Hampi, any one, not the both. Either you have to make the scrapbook on Tanjavur or Hampi. Okay. So, and you have to write the name of the topic, the architecture of Hampi or architecture of the Tanjavur. Okay. And giving some few information such as the name of the architecture, who made the architecture, and in which year. You can use different templates, and I have already, suppose it is the school name in this way, name of the project, it is your name, it is the class, it is the section, subject, okay, roll number, I will tell you later the roll number, and this is the, in this way, this is the picture, information, picture, information, picture. In this way you can make this scrapbook using different templates. Okay. And you can make it online using different software such as MS Word, MS Publisher, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Page, and like a MS PageMaker, okay, etc. Or either you can make it as a hard copy, offline copy, and you can draw the pictures, or either you can download the pictures from internet and take a printout and paste it on the scrapbook. So, these are some options also give there, and either you can make color on those pictures you have drawn, and you can decorate the scrapbook with your own. It is up to you how can you decorate your scrapbook. Okay. I am giving you the basic idea of the project. Yes, you have to give the pictures of the palaces and temples of the place, and you can take color printout from your book also, the pictures present on your textbook. So, it will be uploaded shortly, students. So, you will check that. So, thank you everyone for watching this class. Bye.